Hello everyone and welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia and I'm so glad to have you here today. If you are new here, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. And if you're watching this on the replay, you're guaranteed just as fun and healing a time as if you were here live. If you would like to go ahead and join me live, check out the description below with all the days and times that you can find me here. And if you are here with us live today, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to make any requests for your healing, and we will go ahead and together build a beautiful crystal grid to support all of your healing requests. Just a heads up, sorry if there's background noise. The neighbors have decided right now is when they would like to do some yard work. Of course. And for those of you who were here yesterday for the 8 a.m. stream, I'm so sorry that I missed it. We actually will be rescheduling the 8 a.m.s permanently. They will be moving to Tuesdays at 10 a.m. So yeah, so I will be sending out an update on that. But I am so glad that you are here. If you are watching this on the video and you want to skip right ahead to just the healing, right about the 40-minute mark, you'll notice a point where the lights shift. Go ahead and skip on over. But we're going to go ahead and spend some time building this beautiful crystal grid and saying hello to each other. So let's dive right in. I've started off our grid. Good to see you. Good to see you all. Korakar, Vincent, Susan. So good to see you all. Fantastic. So I've got us here with our usual copper to get the energy flowing, break up any blockages. Oh, fantastic. Okay, so let's see what our requests are so far. So far, not too much. Maricela, welcome in. Yeah, Korakar, I'm really glad to hear that your mom is doing better. And Susan's so happy to see you checking in on it. Oh, Greg's here too. Hi, Greg. I hope you're feeling better. All the best with finding your literary agent. Let's go ahead and dive in for that. Let's go ahead and grab some herkimer diamond for that. Mornings are challenging for you too. Yeah, it's just not not for me, and especially because I've also been fostering some beautiful and incredibly sweet kittens that happen to have ringworm, and it's like twice a week I have to do a whole breakdown of the bathroom and like deep disinfect it after I give them their sulfur lime dip, which smells, just let me tell you. Yeah, I do it late at night so that I don't bother my neighbors, but also it's just the only time to do it, and I have to take breaks because my legs are not so great. So yeah, I was up until very late last night totally doing that for them, but they are so worth it. They're so stinking cute. Literary agent, hip healing, court case success, peace and harmony. And I'm so sorry to hear, Korakar, about your friend who lost their husband. Absolutely. Grief, financial help, and healing. Absolutely. So sorry to hear about that. And buyers for your artwork, Susan. Okay, good stuff. But thank you for the commiseration, Vincent. Yeah, mornings have not been my deal for a long time. So I've got some herkimer diamond to help with Greg manifesting the best possible literary agent. Herkimer is great for so many things, especially manifesting. If you're asking the universe something, this kind of puts the spin on it of the highest and most spiritually aligned people to work with for you and for them. So it ends up being of mutual benefit, and yeah, not just the best person in any one way, but the best, most aligned with you. Also great for just discordant energy of any kind. And it also helps with balancing your metabolism as well. So that can be helpful. doing my best to keep the volume off when the yard work gets to its loudest. And in typical West Philly landlord shenanigans, I was just outside. The neighbor's lawn, there's nothing to cut. They're just here to bill him. And I'm like, really, guys? There's not even leaves on there. I mean, come on. Yes, we've got, let's see what we have. So we've got requests for quartz, citrine, amethyst, rose quartz, black obsidian, labradorite. So clear quartz is an amplifier stone. This will help almost boost the energy of another stone that's near it, which it's also very helpful for manifestations in that way. It's a programming stone. You can leave your intentions in it when you're doing any kind of energy work or spell work. Additionally, it's one that can stand in perfectly for any crystal that you don't have that you would like to work with. So there are certain stones that are hard to come by or that I don't purchase because of different geopolitical factors. Like for right now, obviously, I'm not buying anything from Russia, like things like that. I'm not buying anything from Afghanistan. So, you know, if you want to have a stone that stands in for something, you can use clear quartz. Rose quartz, love, beauty, filling our hearts with unconditional love. It's a very potent, high vibrational energy that can help when we feel truly bereft and just overwhelmed with anything from grief to heartache and heartbreak to just needing some love and support. Amethyst is helpful for so many things, but especially opening up to our spiritual guidance in a way that helps us to kind of balance our mental outlook. If we're looking to take more responsibility for ourselves, if we're looking to take less responsibility for others, if we're looking for anything having to do with codependency or substance issues or even compulsions, this can be a really, really helpful stone. It helps us to mature and grow in spiritual ways without pushing. It's more like a supportive stone. It allows you to go at your own pace but feel like you have something at your back. So we'll bring this in too. For the grief and loss of Korakar's friend's husband, Tiger Eye, absolutely. Yeah, you can request any crystals or for any particular reason that you like. So let me grab the Tiger Eye. I'll put that in next too. Okay. So black obsidian is volcanic glass. Basically, through volcanic activity hitting sand and silicates, it turns into this. This is a great stone for spiritual growth and development, connecting with ancestors, healing shock, healing trauma of any kind, especially something like very abrupt. It's also really great for nervous pets in case that's something you're working with. Highly protective, but also this particular type of black obsidian is what's called Apache tear. And it's called that because of its connection to the Trail of Tears, when the Native Americans were decimated and thrown off their land and forced to march into other land where basically just, I mean, atrocity upon atrocity upon atrocity, but a lot of people died, and this was thought to help the grieving process. So this is one that I often use with grief, along with jet, which I also have. Jet is another volcanic stone, but it's actually volcanically petrified wood. So what happens when volcanic activity happens and it hits a tree? It may just simply burn up, and at some points it may become jet. This is wood that's been fossilized and turned to essentially a stone very quickly and very violently. And if you hear, they're very lightweight and very hollow. This is one of my favorite stones to process grief with, is jet. So I'll bring that in. It helps us to move past shocking change and transform into a completely different version of our lives or phase in our lives. Okay, now they're taken to just walking around with leaf blowers. I don't know what's going on. There's no leaves dropped yet. This is Iolite here. Iolite can be helpful for money management. So especially for your friend that's suffered this tremendous loss and you're looking for financial stability, this is great for sleep disturbances as well as money management. So the difficulty sleeping after a traumatic loss is palpable, and hopefully this will help with sorting out the finances after such a thing. Labradorite can also help with things like that. This is something that helps us to find errors in a lot of data. It allows us to process a lot of information very clearly. This is one that can also help better sleep and helps to calm disputes. Right now we have Mars in Gemini, which is all about disputes. And if you look at what's going on in the world right now and what's going on in our local communities right now, disputes are all around us. And so yeah, this is one that can help with that as well. Also great for clairvoyance and protection in travel. Tiger Eye, as requested. Highly protective, and I love the way that it actually works with labradorite. This is a stone that helps us to pull back and gain larger perspective of what's going on. It allows us to feel protected and actually be protected, almost like eyes in the back of our head. We get sort of a spidey sense that something might be amiss, but this also allows us to see everything that's going on and all the pieces that come into and come out of it. And as such, it's considered one of the research stones. It helps with studying, with remembering information, and with associating information with other things you already know, much like labradorite. So they work together really, really well for anything having to do with research, learning, memorizing, and putting together all the different pieces so you can truly learn the material and not just memorize it. So I'll go ahead and bring that in. Easily one of my favorite stones. Okay. Yeah, highly, highly protective stone. Okay. And let's see, got all Korokara's requests. Let me see what I forgot. Buyers for your artwork, success in your court case, peace and harmony in your life. Rose quartz can be helpful for peace and harmony. Also, herkimer, excellent for peace and harmony, especially if people's energies are just sort of clashing, can be helpful, but there's other ones too. Let's start with fluorite. I feel like that keeps coming to mind. Calming, relaxing, reassuring. It can help bring about that sense of inner peace. It's a stone that feels like very watery, like very movement based. This is one I often look to when I feel just sort of pulled in a lot of directions and kind of out of sorts, to just sit with and have in my environment over time. I feel a lot more grounded and just open to more ways of harmonizing with others around me. So let's go ahead and bring this one in. And this is the shape it naturally forms in, which is just so fascinating, these octahedrons. For manifesting some people to purchase some of your art, we've been working with Cinnabar, which, again, Cinnabar is mercury ore, so be very careful with this. Definitely no direct infusions. I never recommend putting stones in water and drinking it. There's lots of reasons for that, but this particularly is quite dangerous. These little red spots you see here are actually mercury. This is a stone that was considered, and it still is considered, very sacred. Lots of jewelry was made out of it. It was used to help preserve tans and hides and leathers, so it was used in hat making, and that's actually where the term mad as a hatter comes from, because mercury actually causes that type of neurodegenerative issue. Yeah, it's not great on the physiological level. On the spiritual level, this is a stone that's considered the merchant stone. It attracts so much in terms of customer base and people to purchase items, good financial success, good cash flow, and it was long considered a stone and gift of a merchant, someone just opening a new store or expanding, or to wish abundance to that shopkeeper. So we'll go ahead and put that in here. And we'll put some citrine too. Vic, welcome in. Decision making for you. You got it. Okay. Okay, great. Oh, your friend Patty's watching right now. Hi, Patty. Lots of love to you. Finances and organizing. Finances, we definitely have Iolite, which helps with financial, like wealth management, like money management, using your money to the best ability. If you find that you are too spendy or you regret expenditures, that's a good one, but it's also good for making long-term plans financially. Also for Susan and for everyone that's requesting some financial support, who isn't, we've got some citrine. This is always a common stone here at Community Distance Reiki. This is the abundance stone, specifically in regards to finances. This is one that you can place in the back left corner of a room, home, or business if your back is to the door. Back left if your back is to the door, the entry point. That's feng shui principles for the wealth corner. But you can also carry it around with you. Another use for this stone is to help balance intuition and logic. So if you're having difficulty discerning one or the other, this can really help balance that. Let's put it close to the Cinnabar. Cinnabar is the merchant stone. There we go. So that's some citrine. And I hope you're doing well, Vic. Stones for pregnancy, trying to conceive healthy pregnancy, absolutely. And I will get to everyone's requests, I promise. Healthy pregnancy, we've got... Unakite is a number one for that. All things women's health, fertility, birth, labor, delivery, healthy pregnancy, marriage and relationships as well. Also body fluids and metabolism. So this is everything in relation to that. So let's go ahead and bring that in. So this is Unakite. This is also thought to be helpful for working with addictions, including and especially quitting smoking, and with circulation, like cardiac blood flow circulation. But yeah, so we will bring this in with all the intentions to go to fertility, happy, healthy pregnancy. And let's add 2 more. This can also be a great stone to work with if you are transitioning in terms of hormones, like onset of menses or perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause. Can be helpful for that. I worked with it a lot after my hysterectomy where my ovaries were removed. It was really helpful for me in that regard. So all the best to you. Fawn, welcome in. Healing a broken leg. Oh, I have been there. Plus emotional grief healing as well as fertility, trying to conceive. Okay, cool. So we've definitely got the Unakite in for both of you. And healing a broken leg and also Greg's hip. We've got... Let's do howlite, teeth, hair, and bones. This is one that is thought to be very helpful for things like osteoporosis, which I struggle with bone density. When I shattered my leg a few years ago, I had a tibial plateau fracture. It was not fun, but it can be very, very helpful. Anything having to do with bones. Also great for anger and resentment and even frustration. If you're struggling with those difficult emotions, this helps you work through them in a productive way rather than repress them, and to direct them in a way that's not necessarily fiery or harmful, but productive. So great stone for all of those things. And so whether it's orthopedic surgery or healing broken bones or gaining bone density, we have that. Also, fluorite can be helpful with that. Any form of calcite can be helpful with that. Healing and grief, we have jet and Apache tier black obsidian, which helps with processing grief. Oh, you had the tibial plateau. They put in 10 screws and a plate. Yeah, it is very traumatic. Yeah, the scar on my leg is like 8 inches long. Yeah, I think I had like 12 screws and a couple of plates myself. It's an awful injury. I'm so sorry. If you end up in trouble with scar tissue formation, reach out to me. There's a type of acupuncture. If you're in the Philly area, I can actually recommend the person I saw. But you can see someone that does acupuncture who specializes in electric stimulation with acupuncture. It's usually like a sports medicine type focus. And they can actually put the acupuncture needles into the scar tissue and use very low current electric stimulation to break up the scar tissue. It saved me 2 or 3 surgeries. So, yeah. Absolutely. I hope that you don't have to struggle with that, but if you do, that procedure exists and it's a lot less traumatic than a surgery, like so much so. I used to sleep in my acupuncture sessions. It was great, but definitely feel better soon. That's starting to happen. And nerve pain. Oh, I'm sorry. Definitely. Let's see what we have as far as, I also wanted to bring in some tourmalinated quartz, because this I wanted to bring in for Greg for continued healing. And so this also helps with breaking up scar tissue as well as nerve stuff. And it's black tourmaline that runs through scars. It's also helpful for those of you who are looking for fortune and luck and gigs and jobs. Releasing patterns from childhood, kind of like an all of the above stone. But this also helps us clear energy that's kind of stuck in our bodies, whether it's scar tissue on the physical level or anything that's we're sort of holding on to that we're ready to let go of. It helps sort of bring that black tourmaline, which repels negative energy. It breaks things up. But it's thought to help healing on all levels, and I definitely can attest to it. Let's grab some more. There we go. That's tourmalinated quartz, or clear quartz with black tourmaline in it, as well as I wanted to bring in some shungite. This is for tissue repair, so this will definitely be for Greg, as well as Korakar's mom, now that she's feeling better. But it helps with regaining the energy that we had before we got ill or injured, but it also helps with energy blocks, emotional pain, stress. It helps absorb negative energy that we've kind of been holding on to. Great for physical recovery on any and all levels. So this can be very helpful. This can be one of emotional healing that can be helpful for Korakar's friend who lost their husband or lost their partner. There we go. Cool. And the well-being of your green babies while you're gone, or such. Absolutely. I've got a great stone for that. And we also had request for making decisions. Yes. Making decisions and accepting change is mookaite. This can help with decluttering in that regard. I find it really helpful with deciding what I'm ready to let go of. So if I'm cleaning out my closet or going through things that I need to let go of, I keep some mookaite around. It helps me make those decisions a lot quicker. It also goes by the name Australia Jasper. Where shall I place you? Love that. Okay, cool. green babies. And just checking to make sure if I missed anything, let me know. Green babies we have. Kambaba Jasper. This is another fossilized stone. This is fossilized blue-green algae. I actually have a huge piece with all of my indoor plants. It's thought to greatly help the ability of plants to thrive, whether they're indoor or outdoor. It's also thought to help people who are struggling with things like nutrient deficiencies, difficult absorption to absorb the nutrients that they need, and connection with ancestors. Yeah, absolutely. So where shall we place these? I'm going to place one right here and the other right here. But yeah, one's raw and the other is tumbled. I love it. It's such a wise stone. And let's see what else. So I think we're at that point where I pick out a couple of stones that support everybody's requests in general, and you all vote on them, and then we'll get into the healing. So bear with me while I pick a couple of stones. Okay, so here's what we got. First is in line with things that are petrified, like volcanically petrified wood in jet and petrified algae in Kambaba Stone, and also, yeah, we have a few things that are petrified. So this is petrified wood, which helps us to remember that sometimes we have to let go of one form in order to embrace our own evolution. So that sort of bittersweet moving on, the the pain, the doubt, the sadness that comes with growth and what we leave behind. Petrified wood reminds us it used to be a living, breathing tree, and now it's a stone, and that process took time, and it had to die as one thing to eventually become another. The other is in alignment with the tourmalinated quartz, feeling like it so belonged here, is Dalmatian Jasper. This also has black tourmaline running through it. In this case, it's white jasper that it's running through. This helps to bring the essence of black tourmaline, which breaks up energy and helps to move out and deflect energy that's not serving our highest good. It helps to bring that through our auric field and allows us to really shed old versions of ourselves, old outmoded ideas, past beliefs, and just in general energy, including energy that was never ours to begin with. So this can be helpful. So go ahead, you are not limited to just one vote. Hint, hint. And I'm just going to quickly explain what Reiki is and a little of what you can expect. And then we will add the stones that get voted for, and we will go right into the healing. So go ahead, and if you are here live, go ahead and use the chat to vote on which of those stones you like the best. And if you have an opportunity to hit that like button, that really helps. But frankly, being here is the most important. So as I mentioned at the top of the hour, my name's DanielleStimpson. And if you want to learn more about online Reiki classes with me or my social media, my Discord, my crystal shop, or anything else, go ahead and check out the description for all of your info and links. And Reiki, especially the style that I work with, is known as Usui Reiki. And it's named after the gentleman who founded this particular methodology or style of practice in early 1920s Japan. There have been innumerable different ways of working with this energy, many of which are just handed down in families, especially in Japan. This is palm healing is something that you see quite commonly. And in the indigenous faith of Japan, known as Shintoism, it's very much in alignment with the concept, the core concept at the heart of Shintoism, that everything has a soul. Everything is interconnected. What we do ripples out, etc. So the concept of Reiki, or spiritually guided life energy, is that this energy runs through all of us. It's a force that is beyond humanity in that sense, but it does run through not just humans, animals, and nature too, but that this energy supports our body, mind, and spirit in whatever way our sort of internal knowledge dictates. This is an energy that, much like we don't have to consciously think about all of the different ways that water is absolutely necessary for all of our different body processes and keeping us alive, we don't even need to know about Reiki or what it is to essentially be working with it on that very subtle level. When I connect with this energy and direct more of it to you, which is essentially what I'm doing, I'm basically directing an energy that I feel you already have access to, and everyone does. In our Western culture, we really don't have this concept so readily. But if we think of it as a life force that our body, mind, and spirit are already working with, essentially we're absorbing more of it, and that allows our body, mind, and spirit to recalibrate and reset in a way that's in a higher version of our highest good. So you can set any intentions you happen to have at any point in time. Just think about them and the universe will hear you. But there's nothing you need to do. Do the best you can to get comfy. Lay down, sit up, cover your eyes, close your eyes. Whatever feels right to you, including not sitting still. Maybe you want to stretch, move, bend. It's really your time to do what feels right to you. Journaling and art could even be the right thing for you. As I send the Reiki to you, you may feel it in your physical body. You may have emotions come up. You may have some guidance come up, either spiritual guidance or your sort of inner knowingness, the parts of you that are maybe screaming out loud that we don't quite hear in the normal day, our subconscious bubbling up. no matter what occurs, just sort of give it some attention. You don't have to keep your mind silent. You don't have to focus on anything. I find the less you do that, the more the energy can kind of bring things to the surface and bring us gifts and ideas and suggestions for our own balance and healing on all levels. At the end of the 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice welcome you to take a deep breath in and out. And at that point, I'll reopen the chat and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. Describing what I do is the most difficult part of what I do. It's much like describing what chocolate tastes like. Wouldn't it be easier to just sort of give someone a piece? And that's part of why we're here. Also, the communal chi, it's a Chinese concept that the more people come together with the same or similar intention, the greater the energy potential is magnified for everyone. So simply by being here, thank you. You're helping hold this space. So as I send Reiki to you whenever and wherever you happen to be, because this energy connects everyone and everything everywhere, it doesn't matter when you're watching this, and it doesn't matter how many miles or kilometers you are away from me. You will have a beautiful session that feels like exactly what you need it to be right now. So go ahead and relax, get cozy. I'll turn up the music. If you want to learn more about the musician, her link is in the description. And I will turn down the lights. They will move gently and slowly through several different colors, but at no point will they flash or strobe. Thank you so much for being here. I will be back again this evening at 8 p.m. East Coast US time, and Sunday at 8 p.m. East Coast US time. And if you want all the days and times, go ahead and check out that description. So thanks again for being here, and let's see what won that vote. Let's see what got it. Both preemptive, both. I love it. Last stone seems good for like letting go of the fall leaves. Yeah, bringing in new energy during this time, but you love them all. I love them all too. Yeah, let's bring them all in. It's almost always all the stones. Almost always both. Let's bring these guys in and balance. And for our Dalmatian Jasper friends, just going to put some more larger pieces around the edge too. So go ahead and get cozy. I'm going to set the lights and the music for you. The session will go for about 25 minutes, so that would be until about 10 after the top of the hour. And I hope that you enjoy your session. Remember, you don't have to focus on anything or keep your mind silent. But if you do feel like your mind is wandering a little bit or you need to refocus, just take a deep breath. Okay. Yeah, it is an interesting dark color grid today. I love it. It's such a unique sort of setup. Yeah. Very different than normal. Very different than our normal stones, but I love it. All right, so enjoy your sessions, everyone. And I will see you in 25 minutes. invite you now to take a deep breath. Slowly come back to your body. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a pleasure to share this healing with all of you whenever and wherever you happen to be enjoying it. To those of you who were here live, thank you so much for being part of this beautiful grid. For those of you who are new, please come back anytime. I'm here 5 times a week. There has been a slight change in my live schedule as I cannot seem to get up on time for the 8 a.m. streams on Thursday. Our live stream dates are now Tuesdays at 10 a.m. and then the rest is the same. Wednesdays at 4 p.m., Fridays at 4 and 8 p.m., Sundays at 8 p.m., and all of this is East Coast U.S. time. You're so welcome, Maricela. Thank you so much for being here and join us anytime. This weekend, probably starting tomorrow, the tarot card readings for all 12 signs will be going up. So if you want to make sure you don't miss those, go ahead and like and subscribe with notifications on so that you can dive in on that. I recommend listening to your sun, moon, and rising if you know them. And as there is now every month, I have created a special tarot spread to support the energies and the information that would support us most through October. So yeah, thank you so much. Wonderful to have you all here. And I'll be back in just a couple hours if you'd like some more healing. Oh, thank you so much, Korakar. You're welcome, Vincent. Oh, Grace, it's good to see you. I just saw you pop in there. Oh, great, Susan. I'm so glad. Oh, and remember, today is the last day of the crystal sale. If you use the link in the description to go to my crystal shop, learnreikiphiladelphia.com/shop, you can use the code 14years with an S on the end to save yourself 14% in honor of this month being 14 years since I taught my first Reiki class. Tuesdays at 10 a.m. and no longer on Thursdays. This way you won't have to wait as long between Sunday evening and Wednesday afternoon anymore. There'll be a Tuesday at 10 a.m. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you like the tarot readings. I really enjoyed doing those. I have some small Unakite, but they're not available on my website at the moment, unfortunately. If you want, you can use the information. You can email me and we can set something up. Danielle at Learn Reiki Philadelphia. And I can help with that. I have some that I just haven't added to the website yet. They're small tumbles. Otherwise, I don't know if Jen has any. I can also recommend Belladonna Botanicals on Etsy. She's a grad of my Reiki Master program and she's in here a lot. I don't know if she has Unakite for sale, but you can check her Etsy shop. You're totally welcome. Yeah, and I'll extend that coupon code to that as well, for sure. For sure, for sure. Thank you all so much for being here. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I will be back at 8 p.m. East Coast time. And I'm going to go ahead and bring the stream to a close here with an abundance of gratitude for all of you. I hope to see you again soon. And bye for now.